We'll see. Good morning, Pruvers. Abigail Klutz here from Kansas City, Kansas. It is, what is it? It's Friday. It's Friday. And what an incredible week. How many of you woke up just, okay, let's be honest. How many of you woke up exhausted today? Exhausted, okay? How many of you woke up and even though you probably are exhausted, you had that momentum still push you out of bed and that energy? Yes, Caitlin, whoop, whoop. Times are exciting. I'm so excited. Brian Underwood, how are you? Hey, I'm gonna take a picture right here. Everybody, put your hand up real quick. Act like you're waving to B. And just telling them we're zooming real quick. Okay. So I'm so excited about this call today because I know we have a lot of new provers in our business, and I want to be really, really real with you guys. I missed these steps in the beginning, and if you were with us 2 years ago, you probably did too. And I'm a recruiter. And I call myself that because that's what I want to empower myself to be. And so if you're not calling yourself a recruiter, you need to switch the language in your head because that's the only thing that will grow your business long term here. So if you've ever caught yourself saying, well, I'm not really good at that, I'm not really a recruiter, like stop it, stop it. You can't grow this business if you're not bringing in new people to your business. And here's the thing. If we don't onboard those new people properly and set them up for success, your recruiting is a waste. It's just like 1 in 20 people, myself, most of my rock stars, they didn't need me to tell them what to do. But I'm telling you, there's about half of the people who do need to be told what to do, and they will take off. And so you don't want to miss those people either, because a lot of people, they need a little bit of confidence, a little bit of support, a little bit of direction, and then they will take off. And then there's some people we're going to recruit in, you give them all that, and they're not going to take off because they just aren't ready for this beast, okay? So today, I just want to give you the best shot possible because yesterday I was looking throughout my organization, and this was really sad. So I want to be relatable with you. That I was looking through my organization and I was looking at all the, like probably 100 people I've personally brought into the business, especially at the very beginning. And they're nowhere active. They're nowhere up to date. I was going through new volume of my team. I had a lot of you reach out and say, where's your 10? Where's your 10? Gosh, I'm almost there. I'm almost there. But I am missing team volume. And you know why I'm missing team volume right now? I'm a little bit short on team volume. I'm almost there. But here's why. Is because I have had periods in my business where I've checked out of recruiting. And guess what that does to my personal sign-ins? It gives them that mentality. Your team will match you at half the pace you're at. So when I've had months in this organization where I got into management mode or I started just developing the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 levels, and I did not stay myself in the recruiting portions and onboarding new people, that resonated, that drifted into my team volume. And so I've been back ever since coming out of Epic. As you know, I've been recruiting like crazy. And I shared with you guys, I had a horrible Easter weekend, had a huge full pipeline from recruiting and nothing landed. And then last night in the final hour, 2 new experience packs, 2 quality new experience packs that I've been talking to for 6 weeks now, and onboarded, did the calls last night. Super excited that I'm entering the month with 2 new people fired up. And I'll tell you what I'm appreciative for right now today. And I say her name like this, Sylvia. Okay. I'm sick of hearing about it. Just kidding. I love you, Sylvia. Got to meet her in Dallas and put a name with this girl who gets her name said all the time, who lit a fire under my hiney. But you know what? She's relevant. She's out there recruiting every day. And I just went, boom. Like, I'm so thankful for the Sylvias and Mandy, what? I've forgotten her name because she fired me up. And I'm, you know, like, these people coming into this business and are demonstrating current relevancy, like, that is awesome. And you watch those people and you let it light you up. And so I'm so appreciative of that, whether they're on my team or not. I am appreciative of the hard work ethic I see being displayed. And if I can catch wind of it, like, thank you. And I have. And I have some other people that I went to yesterday, and I'm going to talk about this in the onboarding. It's the power of connection. It's the power of developing rapport. And when I went to the Success Live conference last week, one thing that really resonated with me, there was a story of a soldier. It was, you know, when they go through, and please forgive me, I'm horrible. Okay. But where they go through all those challenges, I think it was like it's the elite guys, the Navy SEALs or whatever, the Rangers, and they go through all these torturous challenges. There was one guy, and it was sleep deprivation, cold, running, you know, everything that would put your body to the extreme. And this one soldier was on the final leg, and he was swimming to the shore, and literally his body just shut down. It shut down, and he had like 1/2 mile left to swim before it was entirely completed, and his body shut down. One of his fellow teammates was in a boat rowing who had already completed it, and what he did was he said, "Go!" And he just yelled at him, "Go!" And all of a sudden, that man switched it on and finished to the end of the shore. And they studied the psychology of that. You can only get so far yourself, and then that anchor of connection to push you the rest of the way is what human beings need. And there was a study done. People, elite performers, people like you're in this business because you're an elite performer. You're an entrepreneur. You want to go out and create and crush something because you don't want to be confined to a 9-to-5 or a financial cap. You're an elite performer. 70% of elite performers are isolated and alone. I got a full team of encouragers. I got a full team of clappers. You know what you need as a 70%er? You need one person with deep connection that you can be real with, that you can share your weaknesses and vulnerabilities with, and they can call you out on your daughters in the other room, and they can say, "Go." Because we've got cheerleaders, right? Everybody's cheering us on, but who is your anchoring connection in this business? Who can be real with you and say, "Go." And at the Success Conference, I pulled Brian James aside and I sat down with him and I said, "I know what I'm doing right. Tell me right now what I'm doing wrong." I said, "Where can I improve?" And I'm not going to go over what he said because I don't want to, but he gave me some real advice in my business to take it to the next level. And I had to eat it, and I had to come to him humbly and just say, "Now tell me what I do wrong. I don't want to hear what I'm doing right, because I got to go out and I got to take it to the next level." And I knew that I need that anchoring support from the person saying, "Here's what's real. Now freaking go." All right. And this is part of your onboarding call with a new prover. Okay. When you have a new prover in your business, you have to build that relationship and rapport with them. If it's your personal sign up, you're going to be coaching them. And the onboarding call can simply be introducing them to someone else. I may be able, if Selena has that rapport and has built that encouraging and coaching with them, And then she comes and she holds me out for a little bit and then introduces them to me. Sometimes I can be more of a general and give more of a vision and say more of a go. And then Selena can come back and nurture and encourage. You have to have both. You have to have a deep anchoring connection. And I can't make the connection with that person that Selena can make. She's their personal. She's in the trenches with them. She's getting them up and running. But they need another connection. They need a team. They need a team around them. And that's an onboarding call. Okay, I think we've kind of mistaken. When I come in as a third party, you need to do your own onboarding calls. Okay, they're your sign-in. You better get their referral link set up, get them a Ketone 101 video. Take notes right now. I'll tell you exactly what you're looking for. And when I come in on a third party onboarding call, so you signed up a new promoter last night, when you bring me in, you're bringing me in to introduce me and to give them, you could even do this in Messenger. But like the person I brought in last night at 11, we sat there, we did a screen share, we developed a list. I'll tell you what we did. So number one, we've built rapport. I met her out for coffee last week and we talked about what would happen when she signed in. We built rapport. It was more personal. It was just, we were there together. You guys think sometimes it just lands in your lap, but it doesn't. We had to be intentional. I had messaged her 2 weeks before to, see if we could meet. I had sent her product 6 weeks ago. So this was a relational process. So we've got the rapport, we have the connection. I told her last night I was going to introduce her to Dr. Heather because they have a lot of common ground. Okay. And so that's going to be my only third party connection that I bring in with her right now. Then I made sure that she got last night on the live Prover 101 and Ketone 101 training. I said, after that Prover 101 and Ketone 101, you and I are going to get on my Zoom line and we're going to enroll your package. And I've started really enjoying doing the enrollment process myself. So I'm getting on a Zoom now with my promoters, my new promoters, and I'm putting in their order for them with a screen share. I don't do that with customers. There's a great customer ClickFunnels, but that gives me real life training action with them. Okay, so I'm doing a screen share. I'm like, okay, here's going to be your link. Mine is da-da-da.proveitnow.com. You see this up here? Here's the promoter button. And by the way, answer everything with this link. Here's the help center. Here's your FAQs. So as we're signing in, we are in training grounds. It starts there. And then something that I was really appreciative last night is once I had her completely signed in, it was showing as a customer. She showed up in my back office as a customer. And I would have been freaking out had I not done it myself. And so I knew that I had done everything right. And when I saw that it was putting her in as a customer, I sent an email right then and there to corporate. And I think the system was just backed up because this morning she showed up along with the other lady as promoters in my back office and everything was fine. But I probably wouldn't have slept last night. I would have been riled up and upset that I had signed in 2 experience packs and neither one were showing in my back office. But because I had walked through the process and already sent the support to email, I took care of it myself and she had no stress on her because I was doing it, right? So it's the service that you're getting. It's the relationship. We're doing it with them as promoters. And it eliminates like them accidentally falling in cookies or signing up with someone else and then you being upset. I got to walk her to the finish line. I always tell people to do that. Walk them to the finish line, handhold them to the finish line. And then once we do that, we immediately set up her URL link as we're talking about the launch. So, I'm looking through this morning, my back office. I see promoters that don't have URL links set up. What the heck? What the heck? How can you set up and bring a new promoter in your business and not right away get their URL link set up so they can go share it with 5 people in the first 30 minutes while they're excited. Like, what? Why? What are you doing with your business? Do you want them to take off and replicate when they're hottest? Or do you want to wait 3 days and say, hey, did you get your URL link set up? Have you shared it with anyone? It's the difference between you catching momentum or not. Targets. We made sure, she had already watched the Prover 101 video. So do you make it clear in their first 14 days, hit that go button within the first 48 hours. That's something I stick to, something that all the people that catch fire, they just have a rule. They hit it right then and there or within 48 hours. They don't do the 14-day thing. Don't join the business if it's going to take you 14 days. Get up and running. We'll wait. I'm ready to move with you right now. So you've got my time. You've got my focus. If you want the business, we're going to sign in and crush it in the next 48 hours while the momentum is high and the energy is there. If you're not ready for that, be a customer. Okay? So targets are laid out. Do your people write down the dates of the GoPro? Period. Is it sitting there? Say, okay, write this date down, put it on a sticky note right in front of your computer. Here's your GoPro date. Here's your Go MVP date. You've got the printed out thing right there, the download of GoPro, Go MVP, Go All-Star. Here are your targets. All right. So they have that. They know that. If you haven't conveyed that, why did you sign someone in? Why did you hire someone into your business? You didn't teach them the job. Don't hire them. At Starbucks, I did 3 interviews before I made a hire. I had to. They put hundreds of dollars and they would fly me out to Texas to learn how to ask the right questions to people, because you waste a lot of time, energy, and money training new baristas. And so they don't want to get the hiring portion wrong, because it'll drain the life out of everyone in the store sharing the resources to get a new barista up and running. They're a smart business, Starbucks is, right? So bet your people you're bringing on. Make sure you train them adequately and give them the best chance for success as possible. They know their targets. They know what needs to be done in 14 days, 30 days. If they don't want to chase that, why are they in your business? Keep them as a customer. Then one thing we talk about is the hot list. Get them thinking about, and this is something that I do before I sign them on. I'm asking the questions, hey, who do you think we could get on the phone with that would want more energy, that would want, to just have more clarity? Who do you know that always seems stressed out? I'm just asking questions to get their brains turning on who they would go share this with. The next thing I had done, I did a screen share last night. I showed the girl how to go to the Facebook page and invite all her contacts to like the Prove It page. And as I did that, and as I was showing her, I noticed I had 5 brand new people in my network that I've accepted friend requests on that aren't in Prove It. And as I'm showing her how to do it, I'm inviting them as I go. I woke up this morning and 3 of them had liked the Prove It Facebook page. So now I get to follow up with those people today. And I was just training her to do it. So the Facebook page, comment, like, share. I said, as we scroll through this, and I scrolled with it on a screen share, as you're looking through this Facebook page, oh my gosh, look at this story of this mom. Do you know any moms like this? Look at this fat loss story. Do you know anyone who this resonates with? Share it. Share it. And she's going back with a pen and paper on action steps to get started in the first 24, 48 hours. Zoom. I made sure she had Zoom downloaded. So on an onboarding call, you're making sure they have Zoom on their apps, okay? Prove It Pulse, most important thing. Get the Prove It Pulse downloaded. It's as important as setting up their URL link in the first 5 minutes. Okay, now download the Prove It Pulse. We're waiting there. Okay, tomorrow we have our training. You have your first training meeting tomorrow. You get trained every day, Monday through Saturday, 11 and 12. We have 174 people on this call getting training right now. Where's the other 1,000? Like, really, is this somebody's job? And I know a lot of people are working. Teach them about the recordings, and maybe for the first 2 weeks, follow up each day. Hey, did you see that recording this morning on the onboarding? Did we cover all those steps with you? Was there anything that I missed that you found on that onboarding call? When you are on here, take some notes and think about going back to your new promoter and asking them about the topic of that day to see if they're really engaged in wanting to grow this with you, or you'll learn real fast if you're pulling or not. If I started a new job, I kind of want to be at work the next day on time and learn how to do it, right? Like, why is this any different? And then, yeah, so when I come in as a third party and someone wants to introduce their new, Selena or someone, she's got a brand new promoter, she's going to introduce them to me. I want her to go ahead and do her onboarding and then bring me in. I'm going to develop a little bit rapport, and I'm going to go over. I have a list sitting out that I always say, awesome. Okay, I'm going to ask you some yes or no questions real quick. Do you have Zoom downloaded? Did you download your Prove It Pulse? You know about our daily training calls? Have you invited friends to like the Facebook page? Have you made a hot list? Have you thought about a social media post that you can make in the first 24 to 48 hours that's going to create some curiosity? Do you understand not to put your link out there, not to go put right away, I'm a Prove It promoter on your title? Like, you have 30 days to create some curiosity before the cat's out of the bag and everybody knows what you're doing. You will crush MVP during that stage if you can stay under the radar and create the curiosity and get people in private messages, and don't answer or blow it out like, we all are getting invited into those lip sync groups right now where it's just rude, just giving MLM a bad name. It's annoying. Don't do that. Go, who's on your list? Who are you going to pick up the phone and call? In my first 24 hours in the company, I had 5 people I picked up the phone and called and said, give me your credit card. You're going to want this. That's my hot list. My warm list. It's people who I have a credibility with, rapport with. Hey, listen, we go to the same church. I know that you've been struggling with this for a while. I've been looking at this. I have seen a lot of research. You have been on my mind. I want you to try it because I have seen too many people that it is fixing this for, and I think it's worth a shot for you. I'm just launching this as a business. Can I put you in a box for you to try 1 month? And then you can just tell me honestly if this works for you. And that can be a story that I can share. If they're my warm list, they love me and they want to help me and they want to help themselves and they trust what I say. Okay, so you could hit MVP alone if you just pick up the phone and call your warm list. Like, people want to support people, right? I'm a sucker to support people. Like, if you got something and you come to me with authenticity, hey, I love this face cream. It's my new business. Would you, yeah. Do you know how many face creams I have? Because I can't say no to people with energy, authenticity, and grind. I love supporting people like that. Now, don't everybody start hitting me up. I do it with the people I have relationships with. But I've done some random strangers that I felt like were really nervous to say it to me, and I just wanted to give them a win. I bet there's people in your life that, I've had like 5 in the last 3 months, single moms who needed this job more than anything else. And I guarantee you there are people all around them that have watched them go through a hurricane this year, and they are cheering them on to get a new business up and running so they can be at home with their kids. Guess what? They have people who want to love and support them, and we have to coach them to go ask for the sell. Go say, hey, I'm taking a risk on this. I know the product's legit. Would you let me put in a box order for you today and give me your feedback? Let me leverage your testimony to get my business up and running. Why can't we just say that? I'd say yes, right? So we got to coach them. Here's what we do too often. We let our new players dictate where their business is going to go. I'm the coach. I'm the success story because I've done this enough, because I know how to get you there. Let me get you there. If you don't want to be coached, like, okay, tell me, but don't tell me you want me to coach you and then not do onboarding stuff. Like, you've got homework to do. We've got to get it up and running. I take pride in your lunch. I take pride in you having success here. Let's get in the game together. Okay. Don't let your new promoter move you. You meet them with their needs. You build that rapport, and then you move them as a coach. Okay. And if they don't want to be coached, at some point you take initiative and you be a leader and you say, you know what, this is starting to drain my energy. I've asked you to do step 1, 2, and 3, and it's not being done. When you are ready to do that, please find me. I believe in you, and I know these steps work, and we will start from square one together. But until then, I've got some other people I got to go help. Okay. And that's staying also relevant. You stay in recruiting mode, because here's the thing. I lost some confidence a little while back. I lost some confidence. I remember I came out of an event. I had high goals, and then I hit the all-star bonus. And then something in my head went, oh my gosh, I just hit the all-star bonus. I started celebrating, and I thought I had to slow down on recruiting. I got to get these 5 people up and running. There in this business, there's not, I got to do this and stop recruiting. And I let myself do that. I let myself dabble and dance and slow down and just start working with these 5 people. I'll do my job. I'll give them steps, and they got to go. Okay. And the minute I stopped recruiting, my team stopped recruiting. And that's why I'm sitting here at a 9.3 for 4 months. And so I'm putting some challenges back up. I called Selena yesterday, and I'm like, girl, I need you to recruit. I said, you and me, we've got to recruit. And we made a challenge: no sugar, no cake, no cupcakes, no cookies, until we both sign in 5 experience packs. The first one to hit 5 experience packs gives the other one $500. I've got 2 now. You've got 1, 2. So that, I mean, because you know what? I've got people, I can tell her, I'm like, where's your last recruit? Where's your last experience pack that came in? Like, when's the last time you launched an MVP, who launched an MVP, who launched an MVP? And you know what she does? She's like, dang it, yeah. And she takes it and she runs. And she's throwing people, she threw me on some calls yesterday. Like, our momentum is back up because of that brutal, honest conversation that I had with her and she had with me. And that's the anchor. That's the person yelling at you from the water, go. Who do you need to go tell right now that you got to get your butt recruiting and onboarding people properly so they break MVP, so they break MVP, so they break MVP?
You said a bad word. You said butt.
I said butt.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. So get people's bottoms up and running. That's Charlotte in the back. So yeah, butt's naughty. So anyway, guys, that is really all I have for you today. I know a lot of you have new promoters. You go onboard them, ask someone else to come in, ask, your sponsor to come in, introduce them, let them build a little rapport, let them do a high view, check. This can even be done on Messenger. Depends on what kind of rapport they need right now. I don't really need to introduce some people to Brian yet, because I'm so freaking busy trying to get them to do step 1, 2, and 3 and out of the gate. Once they hit MVP, I'll say, hey, Brian, but I know I onboarded them, right? Because I got my list. They're ready. They're rocking. If you're new and you want to have someone come on, connect them with them and make sure you've covered your spots, then do that. If that makes you feel confident, them feel confident, just put them in a messenger. Here's where we're at. They're ready to rock. Just get a little more support. That's fine. Okay, with that being said, let's go make sure everybody's onboarding properly and crushing it. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning for training.
Thank you.